first few days, I mean, you knew you had a young, inexperienced group coming in. I mean, did the first few days kind of hammer home that there's some work to be done in the receiving corps?
Yeah, there's a lot of work to be done. Yep. We knew there's a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of work to be done. But, well, you know, we're just teaching them how to practice right now at our tempo and our style. That's half the battle. You know, it's effort, physicality, which in the pace. That's what they're not used to is the pace and how fast we go. And it's hard to coach technique when they're not used to the pace yet.
And Butch always says, but don't let your brain trip up your something or other. And it seems like it seems like a lot of them are having that where they're, you know, that's in the early days. That's kind of
absolutely, yeah. It's not only are they learning new terminology, but they're also learning again the pace. So they're flipping terminology. They're getting brand new signals, brand new calls, reading the defense and going as fast as we can. So it's all it's not a habit yet. It's not like brushing your teeth for it yet.
It seems like you guys have really focused the first 3 practices on running very precise routes. Would you say starting level was about average route running and you're trying to get them better, or where would you put it at?
I would put their route running as well below average. There was no foundation there because they're all young. They didn't play, so they had no idea what they were doing. I mean, let's be honest. Cody Blank was a safety in high school. He's never played the position. Devin Young, we moved. He's never played the position. Paul Harris is a true freshman. Has never been coached to play a receiver at this level. So there's a lot of raw guys out there that couldn't run a route day one, and we're teaching them how to run routes.
I think Trey Bowles on day practice number 2, he ran a route. It was the wrong one, but still made a catch, and I think you still jumped on him. So, I mean, running the right routes and getting the calls in is something that every day y'all are going to be focused on.
Yeah. We're not real complicated on offense. It's our style of play that makes us different. So they got to be able to be comfortable being uncomfortable. That's kind of our whole deal. So I don't hold back.
Zach, it seems like watching you, as you mentioned, you don't hold back. I feel like you have to be a little bit more intense, a little bit more demanding with some of these guys just because they're so young.
Sure. I think
even
that's
your style.
That's my style. I think even old guys, you got to be demanding. You can't let them breathe. You can't give them an inch. They're 18 to 22-year-old kids. They'll take what you give them, right? So you got to be on them all day. You got to be demanding, and you can't compromise. We say the most committed guy, the least committed guy. We're not coming down. We're coming up.
How do you think they've responded to the pre-practice?
You know what? I'm really happy with how they've responded. You know, that's the thing is there's no resistance going on. You know, they're not like, oh, this is done. They're all in. They might not know what they're doing. They might not know how the pace of practice is going yet, but they're coming back for more. They're living in my office. They're living in the meeting room. They're trying to get better, and I can appreciate that. I can coach that.
You kind of talked to January 1. I think you said having a clean canvas with losing some of those guys that you lost. As a coach, you feel like yourself embracing kind of bringing these young guys and trying to develop them into what you guys want at receiver?
Yeah, obviously we'd love to have Justin and Patterson and all those guys back. But, the silver lining for them not coming back is I have a bunch of guys that really have no foundation. I just kind of get to mold them my way, because there's no habits yet. They're just out there. So I get to put my stamp on them. I don't have to, maybe do it a little different than Coach Hinchon did.
It's been frustrating at all for you?
Oh, absolutely. I'm very patient. Always frustrating. That's what keeps me going. That's my drive.
Is Jason Prue a guy that's going to stay strictly at wide receiver during spring, or is he a guy that's going to flip to tight end?
No, we'll keep him at wide receiver this spring. Yeah, we don't have numbers. I have 6 guys on scholarship, which is a little scary at the receiver position. We want 12. We have 6. So he can't go anywhere. He's got to be there. And Devin Young wasn't even there, and we moved him over. We still only have 6. So if you can kind of get a gauge on the numbers, I have as many walk-ons as I have scholarship guys.
How's Devin look? It's been 3 days.
Good. You know what? He wants to get better. Again, he was in my office. I had to kick him out last night. I mean, it was like, I got to go home. I'm tired. Like, go. It's 10 o'clock at night, and he's on my board. So he really wants to be better. He wants a role in this team. I mean, he's a little guy that has 10.5 speed. We got to use that. That's my job. I can't just say he can't learn, he can't play. I got to find a way. That's my job.
Was that just kind of a position numbers move, or do you really see something in Denver that you think?
I do. I see something in Denver. Our style offense, we use our slots a lot. I saw a great statistic last night. I tweeted it actually. Peyton Manning threw to the slot receivers 71% of the time last year for the Broncos. That's 7 out of 10 passes he threw to slots. So we use our slots a lot here at this place, and Devon is that type of body for us.
What percentage do you think you throw to the slots?
It depends how good they are.
What percentage did Tom Brady throw to the slot? I'm wondering.
No kidding.
It's gotta be
Absolutely. I know.
But how have the guys, especially after day one in pads, did you see any drop in tempo, or is it still pretty consistent?
No, it's still pretty consistent. Obviously, you put the pads on. We're playing American football now, so everything's a little heavier for the wideouts. And we run more than anyone on the whole team. We have to. That's our deal. But actually, they gotten better. I mean, I was thinking there's going to be a little let off because we put the pads on. We're a lot heavier, but I didn't see a drop off. I saw them get it was this much, but they got a little bit better. They climbed the ladder a little bit.
I mean, how basic do you think Saturday's going to be? What all do y'all want to accomplish for the first scrimmage type day?
Yeah, I think again we just want to get lined up real fast. We want to start seeing some fundamentals creep through. We want to see how our pace goes. And that's what we're built on. We're going to out effort, out technique people. That's what we do. So we want to see those things just another step up. Just because we're putting this is pretty much live anyway. Thud is for us is the same at receiver. So we're going and I just want to keep seeing a little bit step up the ladder.
We've seen you coaching Paul Harris pretty hard out there. I mean, is it tough for a guy that's a freshman now versus a freshman in the summer when he has other guys around him that are new too, and now he's kind of alone new?
It's very tough, but it'll pay off crazy. He'll be laughing in the summer at the other freshmen because every freshman's like, I'm gonna play, and they come in, they're in this offense, and we're looking at us like, oh my, what is happening right now? And Paul will have already gone through that process. He'll be looking at them, kind of smiling like, yeah, I went through that too.
Yeah.
Coach Z had his horns coming out of his head my first, 4 months too. So it's definitely an advantage when they come in now.
I'm sure you got asked already, but
Yep, thanks.
A lot of